Yo, SC, your online singing coach.
Hey everybody, it's your online singing coach back again today with a new reaction. Today I'm reacting to someone I have not reacted to before. Her name is Lara Fabian, maybe Fabian, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna go with Fabian. Her name has come up through the duration of the time that I've been reacting to singers on YouTube. I don't get like an overwhelming amount of requests for Lara, but I get consistent requests for Lara. So today is Lara's day. Today is our introduction. Today is my introduction to Lara Fabian. And we're gonna go with Je suis malade. Getting classical vibes so far. Kind of Andrea Bocelli vibes here, classical crossover.
Je ne rêve plus, je ne fume plus, je n'ai même plus d'histoire. Je suis laide sans toi, je suis sale sans toi, comme une orpheline dans un dortoir. Je n'ai plus envie de vivre ma vie. Ma vie cesse quand tu pars. Je n'ai plus de vie et même mon lit se transforme en quai de gare. Quand tu t'en vas, je suis malade, complètement malade, comme quand ma mère sortait le soir et qu'elle me laissait seule avec mon désespoir. Je suis malade, parfaitement malade. T'arrives, on ne sait jamais quand. Tu pars, on ne sait jamais où. Et ça va faire bientôt 2 ans.
Cool. Some really cool little performance techniques here, just subtle cues that she's conveying with her body that I am loving, and I want to share them particularly for my singers, because some of these things are the things I've just even recently taught to someone, and it's so important, and I just love it when there's a classic example of these kinds of things. Before I go into those little technical details, I will just say first impressions of her voice: a very beautiful singer, beautiful tone, lots of control, lots of expression, some vague similarities to Celine Dion, but they are two different singers, just beautiful, powerful voices. And I love that I can tell already that Lara does have a powerful voice because she has started so soft in these first moments of this song. One thing I wanted to point out that you can really hear is her breath is so loud. That shows you how soft she's singing. When the actual breath is louder than the actual vocal phonation happening. The breath is louder. Let's check that out real fast.
Je suis laide sans toi, je suis sale sans toi, comme une orpheline dans un dortoir. Je n'ai plus envie.
Yeah. The fact that it's just a breath in, but it's louder than her voice just goes to show you just how softly she's singing. Now the difference between this performance and a lot of the soft singing that happens in contemporary music is that she's not singing with a breathy tone. She's just singing softly. She is singing at a piano dynamic level, but there's no breath seeping out. Now keep in mind, if you've watched my videos, you know that I love a good breathy tone, but I hope I say this often enough, which is a reminder that breathy tone is bad vocal technique. I use it all the time for emotional effect. You just have to be aware of how much you're using it because it can be very tiring on your voice to be singing with a breathy tone. It's its own kind of strain. So she's not using bad vocal technique to get this soft tone. It's still a supported tone, just very soft. Whew. Okay, so now just quickly to just mention those performance techniques that I observed already. When she began the song, I loved so much when it was just the music playing. She just had her head down. She was allowing the instrumentalists on stage to be the focus, even though she's right there in the center of the stage. When she was ready to begin her singing, watch this moment, how she has her head down, she comes up, she takes a breath, she gets in the zone of, here I go with my performance. That's that moment that is so critical for auditions especially, because you can be a bundle of nerves at auditions, and when you take that moment to compose yourself and you come up with confidence and preparation and that one grounding breath, it can make the difference between a disastrous performance and a kick-ass performance. So I love that she did that because it's such a perfect example. The other little performance technique was when she hunched over. What does the hunching over convey? Je suis malade. I'm sick. I'm feeling sick. So I love that there's kind of a literal representation here with her body. It's like, ugh, je suis malade. And I'm feeling her discomfort, her pain, her agony, just by that simple change of posture. It's very effective here. All right, let's keep going.
Que tu t'en fous comme un rocher,
Very soft again.
comme un péché. Je suis accrochée à toi.
Really
Je suis
great
fatiguée.
expression.
Je suis épuisée de faire semblant d'être heureuse. Quand ils sont là, je bois toutes les nuits. Et tous les whisky, pour moi, ont le même goût. Et tous les bateaux portent ton drapeau. Je ne sais plus où aller. Tu es partout. Je suis malade.
Ooh, there's the hunch again.
Complètement malade. Je verse mon sang dans ton corps. Et je suis comme un oiseau mort. Quand tout est du dos, je suis malade. Parfaitement malade. Tu m'as privé de tous mes chants. Tu m'as vidé de tous mes mots. Pourtant, je crois que j'avais du talent. Avant ta peau.
Goodness gracious. There is a lot happening here with the performance. Like I've already said, this is a beautiful voice, but I'm really enraptured by her performance. When she did the dead bird thing, woo! Another part was the line about I drink every night. I love that this is cool how there's this French and English subtitle here. Kind of cool to be able to follow along in both languages here. Yeah, she's like, I cling to you, I'm tired, je suis fatiguée. She sounds so weak. She sounds a little helpless and desperate. And then it's like she changes tones with it. And I drink every night. It's a little more reckless, a little more out of control, and a lot more intense. Let's check out these three phrases again. This is really cool.
Je suis accrochée à toi, je suis fatiguée, je suis épuisée de faire semblant d'être heureuse. Quand ils sont là, je bois toutes les nuits.
Right there, it changes from this helpless sorrow, loss, and then there's this anger, a harder sound, a heavier sound. Drinking every night. There's a change here in the expression as well as the lyric. Love it.
Whisky, pour moi, ont le même goût. Et tous les bateaux portent ton drapeau. Je ne sais plus où aller. Tu es partout. Je je suis malade.
Right before that chorus too, I just want to comment on how she kind of sings some of these phrases. It's just storytelling. It's very effective if you commit to that speaking. If it starts to sound like you're reading lines, that's when the singing doesn't work so well. But she's doing a beautiful job expressing these lyrics when she drops into a more spoken tone. Now, here we go on that second chorus. Je suis malade.
Je suis malade, complètement malade. Je verse mon sang dans ton corps et je suis comme un oiseau mort. Quand tout est du dos, je suis malade, parfaitement malade. Tu m'as privé de tous mes chants, tu m'as vidé de tous mes mots. Pourtant, je crois que j'avais du talent.
And just before we go on again, I love how she's kind of rocking a little bit. She's kind of pacing. This discomfort, this illness is seeping in. It's growing. It's taking over her body. And I think it's just really, really beautifully expressed. I like in this section how her voice is getting stronger too. You can really hear this developed chest voice. It's just really gorgeous as she flips back and forth between the chest and head voice. I'm feeling the intensity build, the agony build. So let's see how it culminates.
Cet amour m'a tué. Si ça continue, je creverai seule avec moi, près de ma radio, comme un gosse idiot, en écoutant ma propre voix qui chantera.
An interesting change in the tone there.
Je suis malade, complètement malade, comme quand ma mère sortait le soir et qu'elle me laissait seule avec mon désespoir. Je suis malade, c'est ça, je suis malade. Tu m'as privé de tous mes chants, tu m'as vidé de tous mes mots, et j'ai le cœur complètement malade. Ça ne pas ricaner, t'entends, je suis malade.
Big notes. Ooh. Long notes. Perfectly sung. Yes, Lara. I have goosebumps. That last section was quite intense. I love how she just kept delivering more and more on the performance as well as those beautiful vocals. Talk about good technique. Talk about a pristine, clear voice with power, with emotion, with nuance, with an amazing dynamic range. Boy, she was really feeling it in her body. There was one point where the mic dropped so low. It was so dramatic. It was like more about feeling than technique there. You never want to damage your voice for the sake of emotion, but I always lean in the direction of emotion for what makes a vocal performance compelling. There has to be emotional conveyance in some form or another, and it was all over the place with this performance. It was in her vocal and it was in her body language. The arm flying, it's like uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable, I'm sick, I'm dying. Very, very intense. Let's go back to the a cappella section. She was in perfect pitch all the way through the song, but most especially important in that a cappella section, perfect pitch. And then when the band kicked back in and she just cranked up the intensity, and that long held note at the end, so perfectly executed. We got to go back to that last bit.
Je suis malade, complètement malade, comme quand ma mère sortait le soir et qu'elle me laissait seule avec mon désespoir. Je suis malade, c'est ça.
There's the mic drop.
Je suis malade, tu m'as privé de tous mes chants, tu m'as vidé de tous mes mots, et j'ai le cœur complètement malade, cerné, de barricadé, t'entends, je suis malade.
Beautiful. Big note. There's the vibrato, finally. And she just keeps holding it. So that last note, she held it forever on a straight tone. This is such gratification for listeners to have a straight tone held forever, and then finally adding some vibrato to the end of it. That's such a satisfying sound for listeners. Man, she delivered that. Also, did you notice her beautiful mouth placement? Nice and open. So many singers don't realize they're not opening as much as they need to for these kinds of notes. Okay, so I see why Lara has super fans who have been requesting for her just a beautiful voice. Who can complain about her voice? I can't imagine anything. It's just one of those really beautiful, perfect performances. I absolutely love and adored that performance and that voice. So thank you for those of you who have been persistently asking for Lara Fabian. Hope you enjoyed watching this with me. If you did, please be sure to hit subscribe. And if you're a singer working on performance, you've got to check out my Microphone Techniques Masterclass for Performance. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.